We each have 3 more poems.
No,
Have you got
we're
enough
not.
time
We're
for
not.
them?
We're going to stop after my next one.
Right, next one.
Otherwise, who wears the trousers?
Means I can't do my favourite one. This is another favourite one, of course. It's called Adelstrop, and it's written by Edward Thomas just before the Second World War. And he wasn't to know that the war was actually going to happen, and although things were getting very tight indeed and very menacing all over Europe. But this happened. He was in a train, a local train, and the train suddenly stopped in the middle of the countryside at a small country station. Yes, I remember Adelstrop, the name, because one afternoon of heat, the express train drew up there unwontedly. It was late June. The steam hissed. Someone cleared his throat. No one left and no one came on the bare platform. What I saw was Adelstrop. Only the name. And willows, willow herb and grass, and meadowsweet and haycocks dry. No whit less still and lonely fair than the high cloudlets in the sky. And for that minute, a blackbird sang close by, and round him, mistier, farther and farther, all the birds of Oxfordshire and Gloucestershire.
This is by Maya Angelou about a caged bird. It's wonderful, her image of captivity and freedom. The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade wings soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn-bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom.
Sorry, I'm going to do one more because poetry is not normally associated with anger. This poem is an angry poem, but it can still be very beautiful. And it's written by Dylan Thomas, and he wrote it when his father died blind. He was blind. And Dylan Thomas could never get over this. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay, rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved it on its way, do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay, rage, rage against the dying light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.